It's your boy ConcertViz34 here today, Sunday, August 27th, to do a review on a concert I went to last night, which was August 26th, 2017. It was for Earth, Wind, and Fire here in Hartford, Connecticut at the Xfinity Theater. This was a show that I had my eye on at the beginning of the summer and got a ticket last minute the day before the show, right behind the soundboard. So I went by myself, met a couple of my friends there that already had tickets, but I was impressed. I was not disappointed. I just kind of wanted to break down my thoughts on Earth, Wind, and Fire. I will say that I am not a die-hard Earth, Wind, and Fire fan. I have gone and listened back to many legends and many bands that are legendary from yesteryear, but Earth, Wind, and Fire I only have a little bit of experience with. A lot of that dates back to my dad when he first got an iPod about 10 years ago. I was loading on some music for him from CDs, and he wanted to purchase some things on iTunes, and one of those records that he wanted to purchase was All in All by Earth, Wind, and Fire. I decided since he purchased it, hey, I'm going to put it on my iTunes as well, get it on a USB, get it on my computer, and that's where I kind of started listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire. Not too much, but just enough to be like, hey, I know why these guys are great now. I've heard a couple of their songs here that are big. So that brings me back to Saturday night, which was yesterday, and I decided because they're in my city, I got a seat for about $60 after fees right behind the soundboard. Why not enjoy a Saturday night listening to live music? This show started off with JB Smoove. You may see him on Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is coming back. He's been on a bunch of different black movies throughout the years. The last one I remember him on was Almost Christmas. He is on this kind of mini tour with Earth, Wind, and Fire. So if you are seeing Earth, Wind, and Fire here in the late summer, early fall, chances are he may open up your show. He was at Saratoga Springs prior to being here in Hartford. Just a little note there. He's not going to be on the bill. He's not going to be necessarily announced anywhere, but you will see him come out before. He did an okay job. He's funny, but I mean, he wasn't someone that really people wanted to see the music. So it was something where it was a nice little thing to start off with some laughs, and he did his thing. As far as Earth, Wind, and Fire, this show is amazing for how old these guys are. No offense to how old the original core members are, but this show was on point. I've been to see many artists that are older, including the Allman Brothers Band members, core members, with some younger guys like Warren, who's slightly younger, and like Derek Trucks, who's really younger. I've seen B.B. King, I've seen Buddy Guy, I've seen Rush in 2014 at their last year. So I've seen Dead and Company as well, where those guys are getting older. Those are all great shows that I've been to, but the energy from these guys in their late 60s, as far as Philip Bailey, Verdine White, and Ralph Johnson, the core members, founding members of Earth, Wind, and Fire, they still got it as far as the singing, as far as the dancing, as far as the energy on stage. I did not feel like I was going to see a past prime musical act. And what they do as well is they have a great band that backs them up as well. They have some horns, so they have a trumpet player, a sax player, a trombone player. Not too flashy. They don't have 3,000 people on stage, but they have one of each kind of element they need to make their music sound the way it sounded in the 70s, in the 80s, and then even on into the modern day. So I thought the band was really great. The other thing that was awesome about this show is the visuals for this show supported what is the most important part, which is the music and the energy of the show. So the visuals were very spacey. Some of them were a little trippy. Reminded me of some Dead and Company effects and some other jam bands that I've seen where they have some little, they can show whoever's on singing or who's leading or playing a guitar, and their face kind of freezes a couple times in motion, and some other spacey effects. It was really cool. It supported what is, again, most important, which is the music and the energy, the dancing. That is what you go to see when you go to see live music. So there was no over-the-top pyrotechnics. There was no over-the-top stuff where this was more of about the costumes or more about the visuals. So it was always a great thing that it was a supporting thing, not a primary thing. The sound of this band is amazing. The very, very clean, very, very smooth, and that is amazing to see from, again, these guys who are up there in age, and even some of the people they have on stage are not 20, 21, 22. They're in their 30s. Some of them are in their 40s, but they still kill it. The one thing that just blew me away on top of anything I saw was the vocal range that these core members and even some of the newer and supporting members of Earth, Wind, and Fire have, especially Philip Bailey, who is kind of one of those main vocal guys from the start of the band until now. Philip Bailey is, I believe, around 66 years old, and his range is still amazing. As you know, Mother Nature, Father Time, all sorts of elements combine when it starts getting cooler. It's been hot and cold here in the Northeast where they've been traveling. That can affect voice, as well as being 66 or however old these other vocalists are in this band. You lose some range. Philip Bailey still got it. He proved it. He's like, oh, say no more, fam. I'm gonna show you I still got it, and he really got up there. So that was the most impressive thing I thought about Earth, Wind, and Fire is Philip Bailey still has it, and even Ralph Johnson, who is on percussion and vocals, he still has it as well vocally. Another thing, just to the three core members again are Philip Bailey, Verdine White, and Ralph Johnson. Verdine White on bass, he can still move. He's in his 60s too. That boy can still move, and it's really cool to see him dance and be so jubilant on stage. Again, something you do not see for many bands from the 70s anymore. Many of them have to tone it down. Many of them don't have that same energy, but for Earth, Wind, and Fire, he had the energy. A special moment in the show was a tribute to Maurice White, that is Verdine's older brother, who passed away here in 2016, February 4th, 2016. The writer, really, of a lot of the songs, a key singer there, as Maurice and Philip kind of, when the band was in its heyday, had some sharing of vocals back and forth there. And they had a little tribute where they flashed his picture and then they sang a song after that and had some different effects there. So that was a cool moment as well. So overall, I was impressed with this show. This is the reason I go to live shows on a whim. I didn't know their catalog front to back, but I know the greatness of them. This is also the reason why, and I learned just seeing them live, this is why they are so revolutionary in music. They take you on a journey for about 90 minutes, and in that journey you see why their music is sampled so much, why it's covered so much, why it's coveted so much by many modern stars, many stars from the 80s and 90s that grew up with their parents cleaning their, the house, listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire, why they've influenced people. And it was a great time out there at the Xfinity Theater. Definitely check out the videos I posted. I had those up just like with John Mayer last week. I come in, I get back to the crib, I try to put them up as quickly as possible so that people can enjoy these videos that were at the show. People who couldn't make it, maybe they were sick, maybe they just, hey, I got budget issues, I can't go to the show. I hope you watch the videos and enjoy it the best you can. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe. I got all sorts of music on here that I love, and I know many people love many types of music. That's why I post everything. I don't make it a hip-hop channel. I don't make it a R&B channel. I don't make it a prog rock channel. I don't make it a jam band channel. I just share all my memories here on here and leave my comments and thoughts to hopefully create a discussion. But thank you guys for watching. Again, it's your boy ConcertViz34, and I am out.